Hello, Cougars. This video is your quarter project for quarter two, and it's the instructions for the final portion of it. So we've been watching TED videos, we've been taking notes, we've been doing some some assignments and homework where we're analyzing them for evidence and reasoning, partly to help show you some ways to look at it and develop your skill a little bit more than we did in the first quarter. So now it's time to put all that work together and put it into a final write-up for TED number 1. So this video is going to explain how to do that, what I'm looking for, and give you some hints and tips on what to do. This video will also apply for TED number 2 and TED number 3, and I will make a separate video for the video that you're going to make at the end of everything. Okay, so this week we're going to do our final write-up for TED number 1. Next week we will do our final write-up for TED number 2. And then when we come back from Thanksgiving, we'll make the final write-up for TED number 3. First thing you should do, you've already found it, you found the instructions, and now you're just really wanting to work. So if you go to, however you navigate to it, you go to the project and you're gonna open up the quarter two TED template. So you open that up. First thing you should do is file, make a copy, and you can go ahead and make TED number 1, TED number 2, TED number 3, because the template's going to be the same. So I could go Franklin TED number 1, because it's my name, but put your name, not mine, and then click OK. And now I have a copy that I can edit, but I could also go ahead and do file, make a copy, and make my second one, and make my third one, and I can get started, okay? But your goal for this week is to finish number 1. Get number 1 finished. Okay, so now I go back to my TED number 1, and I fill out this information. Some of these blanks are going to be familiar, but I would encourage you not to just start writing in these, okay, except for maybe this one. Okay, which number is this? Well, this is the first one. So this is number 1. I put the title in, whatever that title is for that video. Put whatever the title is. And then please go ahead and copy the link to the video. I know I gave you the links, but it'll just make my job a lot easier when I'm looking for these assignments. So both of those are going to be worth 1 point. So over here is your point total. So at the top will be a total points for that section. So this section will be worth a total of 9 total points. 3 of those 9 points will be, do you state the speaker's claim? Sometimes in your video, it will be the question. Sometimes it's an actual statement of fact. This is what it means. The other 6 points are going to be pulling out those key words from that speaker's claim and making sure everybody understands what those words mean. So what does he mean by cold? What does he mean by coldest? Okay, what are we talking about? Because as we've learned in physics, our everyday use of words is not the same as the physics use of the word sometimes. So we have to be very clear what we're talking about, okay? So you're going to state the claim, and then you're going to state the definitions. So this should be a paragraph that includes definitions and explanations of keywords in the claim. We're not giving examples from the video. We're not giving reasoning from the video. We're just taking the claim and then pulling out, this is what this word means, which we did in our last assignment. So you're going to pull all those things and make them in a nice paragraph. Next, you're going to write an evidence statement. So this statement is just a statement of fact, and it is going to be a direct quote from the video. So this is a direct quote from the video that supports the claim the speaker made in the video, okay? So this is gonna be a direct quote. It should be maximum 2 sentences, 1 to 2 sentences, most likely only 1 sentence, okay? And you should reference the time. So normally in a essay, you would say, you might annotate what page you found something on. You might do your reference page, all those kinds of things in an official essay. Because we're analyzing a video, we don't have that, so you're just going to put what time you found it. So for example, we have our statement. The Oldest thing has no is Bose-Einstein condensate. Fifth state of matter when things get super cold. Okay, but that's the quote from the video, for example. And now I'm going to say that happened at 2 minutes and 13 seconds. And I'm done. That section is done. So this is worth 4 points. So 1 point for it being a direct quote, 1 point for time found in the video, and then the other 2 points is it should be something relevant to the claim. It shouldn't, you're not going to explain it in this section, but it should be relevant to the claim, because there are most of the videos are pretty good where everything is relevant to what they're talking about, but sometimes it's kind of like information to help you understand, but it doesn't directly support the claim. So be real careful about that. Okay. But is it relevant? There's going to be 2 points for that. We've stated the claim. We've given a quote from the video. And now we're actually going to explain how the quote fits. Okay. Or doesn't fit. Most of these, they're designed for learning about science, so they're mostly going to fit. Okay. But that option is available as well. So in this one, you're going to explain why this evidence supports the claim. So you may need to state the evidence again as part of your statement and explanation, but if that's all I see as a restatement of the claim, I will take off 3 points. If it does not, if it just restates the evidence or just restates the claim and there's no connection made, I will take off 3 points. Okay, so it's got to show, how does this connect to the claim? And the video notes from last week show the guy who does Bozeman Science did a great job of explaining kind of how to do this. And that's what our video notes in our example had us do as well. So you're showing, how does this quote connect to the claim? And you can do that by explaining how it fits one of the definitions, how it just directly answers the claim, that kind of a thing. Okay, so this one is going to be 3 to 5 sentences. It should be a paragraph. The reasoning should attach to the claim and or definition. And I'm also looking for complete sentences and proper grammar and structure and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so basically we've got the claim, we've got a quote of evidence, and then we explain how does that fit. So we've got that. And now we're going to do it again. Evidence statement number 2, direct quote, timestamp, is it relevant to the claim? You're not going to tell me it's relevant, but it should be apparent that it's relevant, because then when you explain, what is the reason why the evidence supports the claim? So once again, you're going to show, how is this quote connected to the claim or the essential words, and explain why it fits. Okay. And then at the end, what did you learn from the video? What did you find most interesting, for a total of 4 points? Okay. So what this is doing is this is kind of forcing you to do an essay, but in chunks, in just segments. Okay. So if we were writing an English paper, I would just say, here's your parameters, go write your paper. And you would have, your main idea, you would have your explanation of the claim. That'd be 1 paragraph. And then your second paragraph, you would say, here's my quote, here's the reasoning and how it fits. And then you would have another paragraph. I really don't want you to do that, because I want you to do this breakup and do it in sections. Okay. Because some of you did that last time, and it was great to see that you were doing that, but there was some confusion and mistakes that I just want to try to help you avoid. So just fill out in this green box your work for this. Okay. So that's TED number 1. So while you're doing that, just remember the claim evidence breakdown for TED 1, 2, and 3. You've already done a lot of the work. So you have your keyword, you have your definition. Well, now you just got to put it in a paragraph and explain it. you had your evidence, you had your quote, and then you had your explanation. So some of this is hopefully will be copy and paste, but just realize that if you're just copying and pasting, that you may be missing something. Okay, so make sure that you are going, okay, is this actually a piece of relevant evidence, or is there a better quote in my video? By the time you get to this assignment, which you're not supposed to start until Tuesday, some of you may start early, but just know that I may be giving you some feedback on this homework document that may impact the actual final write-up. So that's my plan, is to give you some feedback so that you can make a better write-up when you get to the end here. You can go to File and Print, and you can go Save as PDF and save that as a PDF. And then once you got that saved, you can then go back here, go to the red Submit button, submit, and then attach the PDF. Or you can just attach, go to the Google Drive or Google Docs, and then attach the Google Doc. Alrighty? That should conclude this video on the quarter project for this week. So if you have any questions, please send me a message. See me at the end of Zoom, or see me during tutorial time. That's all I've got. Thank you.